Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 89 of my Gateway Experience. Thank you so much for tuning in. The purpose of these videos is to document my journey through the Monroe Institute's Gateway Experience. I call the Gateway Experience a scientific, repeatable process of self discovery, self exploration, and ultimately self mastery or self actualization. It consists of 6 waves with 6 tapes in each wave, and I am currently on the second wave, and I am on the fifth tape called Energy Bar Tool. Today, because it is episode 89, it is the sixth time doing this tape. It's the sixth day. So if you haven't seen any of my other videos, go ahead and check those out. That way you can get caught up to speed with where we started and where we are now. So let's get straight into it. Where we are now today is Monday, November 21st, 2022. It is 9:44 a.m. Woke up this morning at 7:50 a.m. So better than 8:30, but not quite 5. It just feels so nice to sleep in, What else can I say? But even though it feels nice, it's not really worth it. I'm still building back up the momentum to get back to 5 a.m. And it's really all about just setting the intention to do that. So after I woke up, went ahead and did my morning routine, then did that tape for the sixth time. And yeah, it's really clear. I think that's the best way for me to explain it today. It is I mean, I really want to get into like the real life, and what I mean by real life is not to say that anything other than the physical reality is not real life, but that's just to really refer to the physical reality that most people know of as quote unquote real life. So the physical reality that we all know of, the benefits that I'm getting from investing my time and energy into these tapes. I'm going to talk about those a little bit today, and mainly it has to do with our brain. But really, our brain is not the only thing that we are as human beings. So it really has to do with benefits in all aspects of life as humans. So, in my personal experience, what I've noticed just from doing this specific tape, maybe it's a combination of the increased sleep, or maybe it's really, I think it's a combination of everything that we've talked about so far and everything else. It's really that increased clarity. And what I mean by clarity, clarity of thought, clarity of emotions, clarity of intention, clarity of perspective, clarity of intuition, uh, clarity of everything. And my whole life has just become so clear, and that's not to, I think there's like a whole cult that is like going clear or something like that. I don't know exactly that whole lore. I just have heard of that before. So I don't want to keep saying that over and over again. It's really about cleanliness, and it's something that Bob talks about in the tape, and I think it's really sinking in. And what do I mean by that? I mean increased memory, I mean increased ability for visualization, increased knowledge and understanding and perspective of where I am in the moment and where it is that I'm going. So, kind of like I talked about yesterday, maybe it's just because I set that intention, or maybe it's because of the tapes that I was able to set that intention. I think it's one of those chicken or the egg thing, and I think it's really both at the end of the day. So, um, memory and focus and being present and going forward throughout life. So, when I say memory, I am remembering things when I was a little kid. You know, I'm remembering things of like my early childhood. I'm remembering things that it's like I'm there. It's like I'm there and I can see it and I can be there and I can feel all the feelings that I felt, but simultaneously, I know that I'm not there, I'm actually here. and it's an increased perspective of like, oh, I understand why I behaved that way back then. Oh, I understand why I'm behaving this way now. Oh, I understand how I need to behave in order to achieve the things that I want to achieve. Oh, I understand that all of this doesn't even need to be achieved. I can just sit here and meditate and not do anything. It's these types of things that are coming from this investment into the energy bar tool. And it's almost like that reflection that I'm getting of myself. And it's also an introspection and, like I talked about yesterday, also a direction and allowing us to. I mean, it's just really an out of body experience. That's really what it is. I mean, if I'm going to put it in a real simple term, it's really going out of body, and it's not just about out of body in the present, but also out of body um, in the past, and then also in the present. And it's like when you see yourself from the corner of the room, like if and then you can just see yourself. And I think that comes from really paying attention to yourself. It's really caring about yourself to kind of reiterate and build upon what we talked about yesterday. And I think for a lot of people, they can't achieve maybe the out of body experience right now. They can't achieve it yet because they only associate themselves with their body, number one. And number two, they associate themselves with emotions or drama from the past. And number three, they are afraid to do it. Okay. And really, yeah, I think that's really it. And I thank this energy bar tool, and I really like how to kind of come back and really focus on it. I really like how clear it's becoming, and how by doing it, today's the sixth day that I'm doing it. It's becoming more and more palpable when I'm going back and revisiting it, as it should, as Bob talked about it. And um, as it's becoming more palpable, I can also direct it more, and it's becoming easier for it to turn on and off. For example, it's becoming much easier for me to go through those rapid vibrations of like on off on off on off, which is something that he has us do. And I do think I heard, I don't know exactly where it is that I heard this, but maybe it was on that YouTube channel, video advice that talked about the gateway experiences, which is what inspired me to pursue this path and to really go down deep and do it for this many episodes, for the 89th episode. I think maybe it was on that channel that I heard that this is really like one of the last steps before going out of body. I'm not really sure, but I'm really like describing all of the facets and very minutia nuts and bolts of uh, what an out of body experience gives you. It gives you that perspective and that and everything else that I talked about. And being able to flash the energy bar tool on and off, and rapidly being able to do it, I think that's like the step right before going into the out of body. And I do feel that it makes sense to me because maybe I didn't hear it there. Maybe I heard it in I can't hear my mouth. Maybe I heard it when I was reading the Bob Monroe's account of his journeys out of body. I'm not really 100% sure where I heard it, but I think, or maybe it's just an intuitive feeling that I have, that by going through these rapid, basically turning it on and off, that's increasing my vibrations. And by increasing my vibrations, I remember in Bob Monroe's thing, he said that he was feeling something in his chest, right where his solar plexus is, okay? And that's basically where our heart chakra is. And he could feel, I think that was his first out of body experience he talked about, is where he could feel that, like that vibration there, almost like it hurt, but almost like it, I don't know exactly what that feeling is, but I have felt like an itching before. I kind of felt the itch when I find myself in a very high level state. I kind of feel that, and I kind of scratch it a little bit, and it kind of goes away. But I also felt the same thing right here where my third eye chakra is, or the one eye. I felt the same thing when I'm in a higher level state of awareness. So I don't feel that now. I mean, maybe because everything is aligned, but I have, especially towards the beginning of my journey, maybe it just doesn't itch anymore. Maybe it's just something that, I just live with. But anyway, I think that's what I can tell you guys about about the quote unquote, real life or physical applications to, and benefits of doing this, it's 100% worth the investment of time and energy. And no doubt about it, 100% no doubt about it. And I'm just reaping all these rewards. And moving forward, it's just going to exponentiate and increase in vibration and increase on a scale, an exponential scale. And I can tell already, obviously that is not for granted. That is only if and only if I continue to do the things that I've been doing every single day and I stay the course. We can always go off course, and we have to bring ourselves back every time. And I think that that's the beautiful thing about this practice as well. So if you want to communicate with me, let me know in the comments down below. And until next time, I will see you guys soon. Peace.